Good afternoon. For this Friday, March 31st, I'm Tom Jenkins. Welcome to another edition of Up to the Minute. We're glad you're joining us here on our YouTube channel and on MUTV Channel 25. Now into our top story. The GOP healthcare plan to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, failed to make it to the House floor last week when a group of Republicans known as the, quote, Freedom Caucus, a congressional group consisting of conservatives and libertarian Republicans, decided to vote against the plan, claiming it was too close to Obamacare. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan spoke earlier this week about GOP and the Democrats when moving forward and on repealing and replacing the former administration's health care plan.
Here's the point I'm making here. The Democrats aren't for repealing Obamacare. We are. We work with Democrats all the time. I mean, look, Patty Murray and I did a big budget agreement. I mean, so we have long histories of working with Democrats, but I don't think it's a stretch of the mind to suggest that the Democrats disagree with us on repealing Obamacare. They're not going to help us repeal Obamacare. That's my point. And so if we're going to do what we said we would do, which is repeal and replace Obamacare and save the American healthcare system, something tells me the Democrats aren't going to help us repeal Obamacare. They're the ones who created it in the first place.
In other news, former Director of Defense Intelligence Agency Michael Flynn, who resigned from his position in February after it was reported he misled Vice President Mike Pence and others about his contacts with the Russian ambassador to the United States, has offered to testify in front of intelligence committees, but only if he is granted immunity. Here's what Flynn had to say about Hillary Clinton and her aides asking for immunity last year.
People like Hillary Clinton, I mean, 5 people around her have been given immunity, to include her former chief of staff. When you are given immunity, that means that you've probably committed a crime.
A new report released this week has found that higher education has become less accessible in West Virginia due to increased statewide budget cuts. Monday afternoon, the West Virginia Center on Budget and Policy released their findings. According to the report, tuition has gone up $4,200 since 2002. The center also says that student debt has increased nearly 70% in the last 12 years. The problem, the state of West Virginia has started spending less on education each year. According to the report, the state's spending on higher education has decreased by nearly $130 million since 2008. The students may have less access to higher education, but they could soon have less access to the downtown Huntington area as well. As Cassell Lim reports, questions currently surrounding Marshall's green machine and whether or not it's here to stay.
Rumor has it that there are not enough riders on the green machine for it to be continued. However, statistics showed otherwise. There are nearly 33,000 Marshall ID swipes up to date since last August on the buses that gave students free rides around the city.
The cool thing about our partnership with the TTA is it's not just a partnership for the green machine. So we do have the green bus that students obviously can identify as the Marshall bus, but students can jump on any TTA with their Marshall ID for free.
The green machine was launched last fall with the goal to assist students in getting around the city, may it be to get groceries or to get home safe on a late night out, and especially with some students having classes downtown.
The weather so windy, and then we don't need to take 10 minutes more. We just need to wait 2 minutes at a bus stop because I'm using an app. It's called Road Shout, so they have the time schedule, everything is on there, and then which stop have which kind of bus, everything is listed, so it's very convenient for me.
Well, that sounds like a great service. I mean, as a commuter, I don't use that kind of stuff, but there's plenty of people that are stranded on campus that can use that kind of thing.
Students are paying $16 a semester whether or not they are utilizing the bus. The future of the green machine is still unknown, but it lies in the hands of the students. Cassell Lim, MU Report.
MUTV Sports Director Jake Griffith joins us in the studio now with a special guest. Jake?
Well, thanks, Tom. I have a very special guest here in studio today, none other than Troy Brown, Marshall legend and Super Bowl champion and national champion. So thank you so much for joining us here in Studio A today, Troy.
Yep, high school champion.
High school champion, yeah, exactly.
So you can't leave them out. You know?
Right, you got to hit all of them.
Yes,
So
indeed. Yeah.
it's always great to. We talked a little bit before we went on here. It's always great to have Marshall greats and obviously people that have succeeded at the highest level come into studio and be back at Marshall. So what's it like being? I know you're in and out. You're in New England doing stuff for the Patriots, and you're back here. You said you had a house here. Good to be back.
It's always good to be back here, man. I get to lay a little low here and get to enjoy my kids, and so they've all grown up now. So I got one out of high school now and one junior up at Huntington High. So So I got a 4-year-old. So you know, it's good to get back and just be able to relax and chill a little bit, and also get to see a lot of people that I went to school with around here and play ball with, and you know, so a little hard sometimes because everybody's got kids and they're chasing the kids here and there, but still good to be back amongst basically family.
What was your the impetus behind writing Patriot Pride?
Well, I had a lot of people pushing me to do the book. You know, they kind of knew a little bit about my background growing up, how I got from junior college to Marshall, went into the league, and made it for 15 years in a tough business. So a lot of people, I didn't see the interest. You know, I like when people not going to be interested in reading about Troy Brown, the Patriot Way, and, you know, what he did, picking cucumbers as a kid. You know, who wants to read about that kind of stuff? You know, but everybody was like, "Oh, it's a great story. It's a great story. You gotta do the book. You gotta do the book." You know, and so finally got a guy that really pushed me to do it, Mike Reese. You know, and who co-wrote the book with me, great guy, awesome guy, does a little work with ESPN as well.
Yeah.
You know, and covers a team up in New England for ESPN. Mm-hmm. And he was willing to get out and hustle and do the research, man, and call people up and get stories, and it got done. So it really wasn't me that was really pushing to do the book because I didn't think it was that interesting, you know. But now I'm glad I did. You know, I got a lot of great feedback about it, and everybody's saying it was a great read. It's not a hard book to read, easy book, you know, and not very long, and it just kind of gets into the meat and potatoes of, you know, what made Troy Brown the football player that we have all seen and loved over the years, and why did he take that approach the game the way that he did, and life the way that he did. So, and that's what we decided to do, man. I tried to put a lot of that stuff in the book and kind of connect the things I did growing up to things I did as a professional football player, being unselfish, doing whatever it takes to win, the work ethic that you know, that I was described as having. So, you know, so that, and I tied with the tie picking cucumbers at the age of 9 into playing defense and returning kicks and doing all those things as a, you know, 33, 34-year-old football player, and still trying to do the best I can to win. So, you know, and hopefully I did a good job. I've heard great things about it. They can see, you know, why I turned out the way I did.
Now, for people that want to get a copy of the book, if they don't already have it, what's the best way for them to get it?
Amazon.com. You can contact me. So I need to get all the information too. But you know, Amazon.com is the one that pushed it. Barnes and Nobles, they actually had it down here at Empire Books.
Oh yeah.
And then out at the mall. Okay. At help me with the names here.
Oh, I think there's a
Books A Million. Books A Million, they had it out there. So you can find a lot of those places. If they don't have it, you can probably ask them to order it. So, yeah, and check it out, man. So it's pretty good. From what
I've read about it, I read some snippets online. I've actually got a copy coming. I got it online. I've read some snippets of it. It's a great book. It's very, like you said, very inspirational, and it you know, hopefully can pass that along to somebody else that maybe might be in the same situation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
For joining us here in studio. I really appreciate
you
coming down. It was
anytime, man.
Great chance to talk to you. Yeah. So, Tom, back over to you.
Thanks, Jake. You can find the full interview on our YouTube page. That's all for today's edition of Up to the Minute. Don't forget to tune in again Monday for more Up to the Minute, and you can watch us, on MUTV anytime and on our YouTube channel. As we close, we'll show you your forecast for the weekend ahead. I'm Tom Jenkins. Thanks for watching.